Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Back with his good friend Matt, the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, buddy?
I'm super awesome. I'm interested to see how this conversation goes.
Yeah, this one might be a little spicy. So you and I, share a lot of history together, where
Mhm,
we can throw another one on the board that you and I both have in common, and that is that neither you or I,
mhm.
people who have done one rental at a time that have come from nothing to something, were not invited to share our inspirational story of doing the work one step at a time to the latest Bigger Pockets event that is actually occurring today. So I'm actually toying with the idea of doing a Saturday deep dive this weekend on a presentation I create. I'm not sure I'm going to do it yet, but
Okay,
I thought I would brainstorm with you, right? Let's play some ping pong together. We'll go you go, I go kind of style.
sure.
If you were asked to speak at a Bigger Pockets event, what would you have covered or what would you like to see covered?
Mhm.
Again, we were not, I want to stress, neither of us were invited. So yes, you will probably hear some sour grapes, at least from me. I am kind of, yeah, sour grapes, annoyed, upset that I wasn't, the message of one rental at a time was not invited, which I think is a travesty, but hey,
Agree.
I may do one anyways. So we'll see. So you're first, you're the guest.
You could call it even bigger pockets.
How about my pockets?
That could be that too. I mean, my guess is I wasn't invited because they probably found an eighth grade dropout that's done what I've done. That's my guess. Probably not.
Doubtful. No, probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, I've submitted and all, just in interest of full disclosure, I submitted 3 times. I got no response twice, and once I got, we'll put it on file. I remember when Walmart told me that when I was trying to get a job there when I was 18, they told me they put my resume on file. Walmart, who are you kidding? You don't have resumes. Stop. Just stop. Full stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, I think that there's a lot of people out there that have been successful the last 3 years in real estate. I want to
Yeah.
see how those guys are doing in 24 months. Because I
And I,
think
th- I think some of those guys are going to be on stage.
there's no doubt in my mind that they're on stage. I know that factually. So the
Yes,
question is,
yeah, me too.
yeah. So the question is, what does it look like? And this for me isn't sour grapes. It's much more report card, right? So for me, I know that you were much the same. We made it through 2000, the dot-com bomb when we were first starting. We made it through the Great Recession. We didn't lose any properties. We then used the opportunity where we were one of the few still finding ways to buy in 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then, yeah, we've enjoyed kind of a nice run up the last couple of years, but no one should judge any business based on 10% of its business or 10% of the timeline it's been in business. So the way that I look at it is there's lots of people to choose from. There's a lot of whiz bang stuff. I think at the end of the day, they want to get what people are most interested in. I think they've got a great platform. But I think that a lot of the advice too, I think there's plenty of those guys that go boom, boom in the next couple of years, like what we saw in 7 and 8. It's not sour grapes. I just think factually it's what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I have sour grapes. I'm annoyed. I'm disappointed, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not
Okay,
hiding the fact that
okay.
I'm upset. It's okay. And I'm upset for a couple of
You
reasons.
should be though, but you should be like
Yeah,
30,
I was,
like you started there like in, when Noah
yeah,
was carving the oak, with
yeah,
the art. And I think the other thing too, real quick, is you've got almost 40,000 subscribers.
yeah,
I've got
yeah,
4,000 subscribers that I
yeah.
love.
Yeah, it's, yeah, no question, right? I was there early. You can still find my interview with Josh Dorkin. I think it was from 2010 or 11. I got big ass fat cheeks when I had to lose some weight. Yeah, if ever I want to feel fat, I go back and look at that video. It's like, God damn, Zuber, what happened? Anyways, so yeah, lots of sour grapes, lots of sour grapes. I actually submitted my manuscript to one rental at a time. I've asked to be on it, follow-up videos. They don't even bother responding to me. So
Yeah,
yes, I have sour grapes, and yeah, so I don't have to hold anything back, which is cool. So I guess the first thing I would talk about is, um, I think there's a lot of, I think Bigger Pockets has become a publishing house.
Mhm.
Back when I was working with Josh Dorkin, and I say working casually because I was a volunteer writing a weekly blog post, because I cared. Um, it was really a platform to help. I think it's blossomed into a publishing house and a place where people want to go make their name, and then they use their names to do other things. And thus, the thing that I would probably tackle my early presentation is all the easy money. I think BiggerPockets the last couple of years, the people that they feature are people that talk about, and I actually wrote it down because I knew I would get all crazy. It's about easy, cheap, and quick.
Mhm.
And I don't believe real estate investing is any of that. So I'm going to dispel a lot of that. It's the first thing I would probably tackle is there's no easy button. It's certainly not quick, and you don't have to focus on cheap. So yeah, that's my first answer. And again, admitting I have sour grapes, so there's no question. So what else you got?
I think the other thing that I would be sharing with folks is how committed are you to your journey and to success? If you're really truly committed to your journey and you're really truly committed to success and you're not trying to speed things up to the point of where you're at more risk, house hack. That's what you need to be doing. Too many people are just like, oh, no, we're very comfortable where we are. No, you said the word, you're comfortable. I totally agree with you. And if that's what your goal is, then by all means, you're on the right path. If your goal is build a business, make it sustainable as quickly as you possibly can, and really take advantage of the opportunity that level of debt gets you, then those are the people that are going to grow the fastest. The one that do the ultimate house hack where they're actually renting out to roommates and hacking units in the building, love it. Like that's going to speed things up. So I think that people need to be really understanding of, we would talk about how committed are you to your success journey, and what does that look like? What are you willing to do to become more successful? Yeah, that's what I would talk about.
Yeah, the next one I'm actually going to steal, borrow, plagiarize. I guess it's not stealing if I give him credit. Thach Nguyen. Thach Nguyen's an investor that I know and respect. And he had in his keynote presentation that I saw him give, I don't know, maybe a month ago now, he was talking about syndications. He and I talked about this in the green room, and I'm glad he put it on stage. He's basically, hey, let me tell you a simple truth, folks. The bigger the name, the lower the return. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that is so good. That is so good. So that is definitely something. I am, you and I've done videos on this. I'm scared for limited partners. Not all of them, but many of them are about to experience some real pain. And for a lot of them, the best case scenario is their money is locked up for 5 years longer than they planned. That's the best case, right? The worst case, then kind of next is they get a collateral call or a cash call, and they pony up and they have to put in more money, which lowers the return. Or it's so bad, the GP, who probably has zero skin in the game, is forced to sell it, and the LP is left with nothing. I mean, some of these bridge debt IO 1 year, no rate lock in deals are going to blow up. And even Ken McElroy is talking about the pain coming to syndication. I'm like, dude, not good, not good.
Yeah, we were going through so we still have some of our portfolio that's adjustable rate debt. The margin in those deals is greater than 40% in all of those deals.
I mean, the LTV, you've got more than 40% equity currently.
Yeah, no. Meaning my return on my capital is over 40%.
Capital. Oh, yeah.
Cash flow. Yeah.
Got it.
So one of the things that I would be talking to people a lot about is cash flow. BRRRR is an advanced strategy. It's a horrible strategy in a down or flat market, or certainly in a market where rates are only rising. So
it sells a lot of books. It sells
a ton of books. And the thing is like, so I took the time for probably about an hour or so, and I just sat out there on BiggerPockets and answered questions. And the amount of misconception around BRRRR and people thinking that they should, so I'm looking for my first BRRRR. Are you already a landlord? Nope. Have you ever done any investing before? No. Are you in construction? No.
It's easy. I can build this massive portfolio with none of my own money.
Yeah. Nope. No. And here's the thing. If you get an investor to give you that money based on all of your lack of knowledge, they deserve to lose it too.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I get asked all the time if I want to put money into a deal, and my answer is always no. I don't care what. I had somebody show me, and I sent it to you. 67% IRR.
I saw that. What a joke.
Shut up. 67% IRR. Yeah.
Yeah.
And next I'm going to grow antlers. Like, come on, like that's not going to happen. So I think that, I really want to just caution people, because I think that I think it's hitting the happy button, right? So there's the negative bias that all the crash videos hit. And then there's the happy button, which is no, ignore those crash videos, but here's the dopamine hit. Here's the dopamine hit. Here's the you can be a millionaire. You can be a millionaire. You can be a millionaire.
Yeah, with no money and fast.
With
no
no
money,
money,
fast,
with
easy.
no money, and frankly, no skill. You didn't skill up. You don't know the market really well. Like, you found an opportunity. Like, I was talking to an investor yesterday about a deal that he found in Dayton, Ohio. And he said, Matt, the day one we close, it gives, and it was like a 40 or 50 unit building. He goes, day one we close, it makes us almost 30% on our money. Prince money. I was like, why didn't you do it? He goes, dear God, we went and we visited. Absolutely not. He goes, absolutely not. He said, the amount of work that we would put into that, he goes, we'd probably have to have 3 managers doing nothing but repairing stuff, taking care of stuff, answering tenants' questions. He was like, it's in a horrible part of town. It's definitely a D-class rental. He's like, 1-bedroom apartments are $350. And I was like, that's $10 a night or $12 a night, basically. Like, that's nothing. And so he was like, yeah, but there's going to be some investor that's going to look at those numbers and think it's just the coolest thing. And the problem is that those are the properties where when you get to 7% unemployment, it's not 7% unemployment only at the top. It's usually more impacted the lower down the rungs you go when it comes to finances. And so you could be talking about that financial segment of the population. It could be 15%.
Yeah.
Or 20% in that segment. So I think that, I think BRRRR is a scary thing. And I think that, seeing as how that's covered everywhere, there's a lot of people that got into BRRRR deals this year. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
So I'd probably close my presentation. This will be my final one with kind of a positive note, right? I would point at the last 2 years. I would point at the hypocrisy. I would point out easy, fast, cheap. It worked, but the market made you. But I would definitely point out that, hey, real wealth is made in what's coming. You've got to get past fear. You've got to do the work. The biggest difference in between what I really believe one rental at a time is and everything else I see out there is doing the work.
Yeah.
We're not promising quick. In fact, we tell you the first 3 to 5 years suck. No recycling capital, income snowball, all those things. But I do want people to realize that there's going to be a lot of opportunities, and they're probably going to be different opportunities than happened in the last 2 years. The last 2 years, it's all about cash. I really do think, and that's why I'm trying to skill up in other areas, it's going to be more about terms, right? You get to an environment with record low or affordability, there's not many buyers left. So if you have a track record and you can skill up and you can get terms, it's going to be an amazing time. So I would definitely close on a positive note. I do believe at the micro level, the people that do the work will do amazing. At the macro level, the people that believe easy, fast, and cheap are going to get smoked. And that's kind of where I close. Where would you close?
I would close on the fact that if you have to borrow your down payment, you're not ready. Not ready. Because if you had to borrow the down payment, where's the money going to come? Even if it's coming from the bank, you're going to have overages. You're going to have all of these other things. I'm not trying to be negative. Yeah. I'm not trying to be negative. I just want to be making sure that people really understand. I've been there. I've done that. I've done it for over 20 years. I've mentored plenty of people through that process. And the one thing that they often underestimate is reserves. And if you're having to borrow that down payment and you don't have a pretty significant contingency plan, and it can't be, well, I've got $20,000 worth of credit cards that I can run stuff up if I get in trouble. Those limits have already started getting cut. So make sure that you're doing it well capitalized.
Well, this is exactly why you and I would never be invited to a BiggerPockets event, in my opinion, because we would tell the truth. We'd tell reality. It wouldn't be rah, rah, rah. Even my ending is like, hey guys, it's going to suck for a lot, but some of us will make some hay. So yeah, where can people find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and on Instagram. Lots of fun updates there. And our Sunday live stream, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, 90 minutes, action packed.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Mike.